All right, we're continuing on our video of the data report. And in this specific little video, we're going to look at a report builder to customize your data specification. So we'll pick up where we ended this last time. And so if you recall, we had our submit button so we could run our data draw. Here is the standard data draw that we ran. And we're going to come back now and we're going to redefine our data by respecifying the columns that we want. And then eventually we're going to come back and we're going to specify the rows that we want. Okay? The way we're going to do that is we're going to come into our report builder and we're going to go to the report columns and we're going to redefine the columns that we want to include in our report. You'll see that we have a shuttle system here. And it allows you to specify your columns rather easily. We're going to change the columns and we're going to show, include these columns in our report: military service, country flying mission, takeoff location, military function description, valid aircraft route, and weapon class. Okay. We're also going to come in and we're going to specify the military resources that were deployed on this, and we're going to specify that we only want to see the A4 and the F100 aircraft. Okay, when we run our report the first time, we're not going to specify the aircraft filter, and this would be the report that is generated, and we're going to generate this one just to show you. And you'll notice that we have the military functions listed there, and we also have our aircraft routes. So we have A4s, RF-101s, RF-4, F-105s, B-57, and such like that listed here. You'll see that in our next report, we're going to filter that down, and we'll only be looking at the aircraft A4 and F-100 in our report. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And we'll switch to our application, and here we are in our application. I'll take you out to the top more, and so we've come in here. I've already run this, so I'm going to now close this report. And when you close the report, then it terminates that data set. Okay. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to show my report builder, and I'm going to go into my report data. Now I think if I refresh this, no, it leaves it in there. So what I've done is I came in here and I cleared out all of my columns that were in my report. So you can deselect all columns, and if you say set, then you've gotten rid of all of them. So let's see if I can pick those columns up again. In fact, I know I can because they're still highlighted here. So I'm going to move them over into my select. Now these are the columns that we're including in our report, and so I'm going to hit the set, and that locks those in. Okay. Now I can come back up, and I can close that. And I told you what we were going to do first is we were going to run it without any aircraft specifications. So I'll follow the same sort of process here, and I'll clean these out. Okay. I can then hide the report builder or not hide it if I don't want to. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to submit my data request. Now it's running over 4.6 million records and running a filter. Okay, and here's my data back. So you now see that I've come back with my data, and I've redefined the columns from the first time, and I have these different aircraft, just as I said I showed you in the video slide. So we're going to now come in and we're going to say, well, we only want to look at A4s and F100s because they carried so much of the load for us, okay? So we'll come in here and we'll look at the report builder for military resources, and we'll select A4. We can either double click it or we can use the little shuttle arrows, and we'll look for the F100 here. Okay. Again, what I have to do is I have to put set, so I'll set that in there, and that's all you have to do to redefine your content. So in this demonstration now, I've selected a new set of columns, redefine that, and in this run right now, I'm going to select a new set of aircraft, or filter it by aircraft, A4 and F100. Okay. My data should be back now. And you'll see now that all I have is A4s and F100s listed in my data set. And you might have also noticed, although I didn't show it to you, it's a smaller data set in there. Okay. So again, what we've been able to do is come in and redefine our data reports and such like that by selecting only the columns that we wanted to, and then defining that we only wanted to look at certain types of rows there. And that's the end.